Good afternoon and welcome to the Dharamapala College grounds in Pannipitia Mercantile Cricket Association D Division 50 overs league tournament. Important game. Ceylinco Insurance taking on the nation's trust bank in this game. And our sincere apologies, first of all, the late start. Lots of rain last night over this ground area. The ground is very wet this morning. So the ground staff and also the teams, they got together and cleared the ground of all the water because so much of water. And the umpires decided to keep inspections going on every hour. And now we've got a 2:15 start, 2:15 in the afternoon Sri Lankan time of this game. The game reduced to 24 overs per side because of the rain. And of course, a lot of things happened this morning. And there we are, the blue skies at the moment. We do hope the weather gods will be kind to this ground today that we could complete this match. Right, so to talk about the match itself and the delayed start of this game because of the rains last night. And looking at the league standings, there's Ceylinco Insurance in Group A. They're right on top. They played 4 matches, won 3. They lost just 1. And they got 9 points on the board. And then we talk about the Nation's Trust Bank. And Nation's Trust Bank will have to make an impression in this game because Ceylinco Insurance are looking right on top to enter the semi-finals of this tournament. But this game will be a big deciding factor as there we are with the points table up once again on the board with the Nation's Trust Bank. They are in Group B and they occupy the third place. They have won 1 match of the 4 matches they have played so far. They got 5 points. Ceylon Bank is on top in that group. But all will depend on this game today. The result of this game will have a big bearing on the semi-final of this tournament. Should be played sometime this week. The final due to be played next Sunday under lights at the CCC grounds. Right, so here we are, all set and ready to have a 2:15 start, 2:15 in the afternoon Sri Lankan time. And of course, the most important thing today is the toss. And let's go to the center and join the 2 captains and the match referee with Samita Veerasinghe for the toss.
Good afternoon. Here we are at Pannipitia Dharamapala grounds. It's a late start today and we have another quarter-final happening today. 24-over game. We have Sajid Jayaman of Ceylinco Insurance and NTB captain Ramit Pereira and TH Vijayawardena, match referee. And Sajid will flip the coin. Heads is the call and it's a tail. Sajid, toss එක කොහොම හරි හිමීට කොහොම හරි toss එක දිනු මොනවද කරන්න හිතන්නේ?
අපි මුලින් බෝල් ගන්න තමයි ඩිසයිඩ් කරන්නේ. අපි කොහොමද කලින් මැච් එක ගොඩක් අපි බැට් කළා තමයි දිනුවේ මේ තියෙන මේ වෙදර් කන්ඩිෂන් එකත් එක්ක හිතනවා මුලින් බෝල් කළා සිටුේෂන් එක යනවා යන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි කියලා.
ඔයගොල්ලන් අද දැන් කම්ප්ලීට්ලි මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ මැච් ගොඩක් කරපු නිසා මම දන්නවා ඔයගොල්ලන් 50 overs එක හොඳටම සෙල්ලම් කරා මැචස් ටික. දැන් මේක 24 overs දැන් අලුත්ම ස්ට්‍රැටජි එකක් මේව කරන්න වෙයිද?
ඔව් පොඩි බැටින් ලයින් අප් එකේ පොඩි වෙනස්කම් වගේක් සහ වෙන කෙනෙක් ඇතුළට ආව ඒ වගේ පොඩි වෙනස්කම් වගේක් වලට යනවා. බලමු කොහොමද වෙන්නේ කියලා.
all the best සජිත්. රමිත් ටොස් එක දිනන නම් මොකද කරන්න හිටියේ?
බෝල් කරන්න තමයි.
ඊයේත් ටොස් එක දිනලා ගොඩක් කටි බෝකාර ඉතින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ හිතනවද ඒ කියන්නේ කීයකට වගේ තියන්නද බලන් ඉන්නේ?
බෝල් කරා නම් 100ට අඩුවෙන් තියන්න තමයි ප්ලෑන් කරේ. මොකද දැන් වෙද කන්ඩිෂන් එකත් එක්ක පොඩ්ඩක් ට්‍රැවල් කරන අඩුයි කියලා හිතෙනවා. ඒත් බලමු. මොකද වහින්නත් ඉඩ තියෙන හන්ද අවුලන්නේ නැහැ.
දැන් බැට් කරනවා කීයක්ද 24 overs match එකක් කීයක්ද වගේ ප්ලෑන් එක?
150කට එහා ගහන්න තමයි ප්ලෑන් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒක තමයි.
ඔයගලන්ගේ මොකක් හරි වෙනස්කම් තියෙනවද?
ඔව් පොඩි චේන්ජස් තියෙනවා. මොකද 50 over එක ගහන ප්ලේයර්ස්ලා ටිකක් හිටපු නිසා පොඩ්ඩක් ගේම් එකට චේන්ජ් කරා අන්තිම මොහොතේ. පොඩි චේන්ජස් වගේක් තියෙනවා. මොකද ඕල් රවුන්ඩර්ස්ලා ටිකක් වැඩිපුර ගහනවා. එහෙම එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ.
All the best, Ramit. And the news out here in the center is Ceylinco Insurance have won the toss and they have elected to bowl first.
Bowl first, and as I said earlier, 24 area, and lots of water, lots of pools and puddles of water was on the grounds when he came this morning. And a tremendous amount of work has been done to clear the grounds and get the water off. And now the umpires decided 2:50 in the afternoon. We'll have a starting time 24 overs per side. So a 50-over game has been reduced to 24 overs per side. And it'll be a bang-bang game, in fact, because both sides will be out to win this. The umpire's out at the moment. The batsmen also are walking out. That is the Nations Trust Bank batsman as well, into the middle, waiting for the fielding side to take the field. They're in a bit of a huddle at the moment. There we are. A little cry before going out to the field. And here should be an interesting game, because Ceylinco Insurance themselves want to win this match and have a good record at the top of the table. But we do hope the weather gods will be kind to this part of the world. And of course, this is the last weekend of this league tournament in the Mercantile D Division, the tournament organized by the Mercantile Cricket Association. They organize so many tournaments a year, and also they have lots of things going on. The two teams, Ceylinco General Insurance, Jayamana, along with Sulakshana and Amarasinghe. Another Sulakshana, Purna Sulakshana, Dias in the side, Amarasinghe and Shakala Bandara, with Harshana, Hetera, Chiperada and Murshad making up their Ceylinco 11. We look at the Nations Trust Bank, Angelo Fernando. Bashana Senmi Ratna is in that side there. We'll take a look at that side again, because it's off the screen right now, but we'll try and bring that on again to give you the full team of Nations Trust Bank. And both sides are here early this morning to try and really get a feeling of things over here, wondering whether the ground will be in a fit state for a match to get underway. And as you talk to, there we are, the players in the middle, the openers also in the middle as well. And this game, the league games being played on matting wickets. And this is what's been the feature of this Mercantile D Division tournament. It's a 50-over league tournament, but reduced this game to 24 overs per side. Sun shining brightly on the grounds. It's going to be hot in the afternoon as the batsman takes guard. He's got to mark out the crease as well with chalk. When you play on these matting wickets, this is what happens. You've got to mark out the crease with chalk, and then you've got to put your glove on again. It takes a bit of time, unless in the turf matches. Right, we look at the field. The first over being bowled from the far end. They've got a slip and a gully in place. A third man also in the fray on the offside. And then the man on the offside being extra cover and a mid-off. Another man running in from the backward square legs, running down towards that cover region. We'll come to that field in a moment. And on the onside, they've got a man at fine leg, a mid-wicket and a mid-on. That's the onside field. Three fielders on the onside. So the man who moved from the leg side to the offside, he's gone to point. It's a deep point, in fact. So slip and a gully. Third man, a deep point, along with extra cover and mid-off on the offside. On the onside, the man at fine leg is now being moved to a short fine leg, or is going back? Yes, he's going back to short to fine leg. They got a mid-wicket and a mid-on. First ball coming up, umpire calls play, and here we go, 2:50 in the afternoon, the first ball coming up. Flicked on the onside, over the head of that mid-wicket, down towards the deep mid-wicket region. The fielder is after it, the batsman coming back for the second run. That part of the ground is a bit soggy as well, so the ball is not going to travel so quickly on that part as well. So there we are with the Nations Trust Bank. They're off the mark, 2 for no wicket off the first ball. And here we are, he walks down the track again, looking at the matting. Perhaps this matting was used yesterday as well when the rains came down. It was dried out this morning. A lot of work from the ground staff as well. Not many members of the ground staff as well. And the second ball, the innings. Played away on the onside again towards that mid-wicket fielder. Fumbles, the batsman crossed to the single. That's a good run. That's well run indeed. They got to put the pressure on the fielders. And we're talking a 24-over game. It's like a 20-over, add another 4 overs. So you got to make an impression. You got to pick up runs very quickly. And now the non-striker is taking guard, the leg stump guard, in fact. He's got a glove off, so he's taking that piece of chalk to mark that leg stump as well, and also the middle stump. So it takes a bit of time to mark the crease out there. He's done it. He's got to get the glove on, and the gully has disappeared. So you've got one slip in place, third man, along with that point fielder, extra cover mid-off. On the onside, you've got a fine leg. A backward square leg has come in with the mid-wicket and mid-on. The third ball coming up. Played on the onside, straight towards mid-on. Looking for one, but the ball travels quickly over there. Mid-on, very agile to do the fielding. So the man with a gully has been moved to the backward square leg position, realizing that a few runs were taken in that region, over that mid-wicket region. The first ball went for 2, the second went for 1 run, and the 3 runs came up on the board very quickly. And of course, Ceylinco Insurance looking to restrict the batsman as far as possible. Cuts this one down towards that point region, looking for one. Wicketkeeper quickly onto it. Stifles the batsman from getting one. So the total remains on 3 for no wicket. We're in the first over. And Nations Trust Bank desperate for a win in this tournament. They only won one match so far, the 4 games they have played. Another win will really help them to qualify for the semi-final. That's what they want to do. And here we are. Bowled him. Inside edge onto the stumps. That's played on. Well, that's the part of it. When you're trying to cut it down to a third, when the ball is too close to your body, you can't play the cut shot for that. But he did get a bat to it and ricocheted onto the leg stump. So Nations Trust Bank lose their first wicket, 3 for 1 in the first over. And that's a big breakthrough for Ceylinco Insurance. They want to pick up wickets. That's what it's all about. The medium pace in operation, bowled in the first over. Are we going to see spin from the other end? We'll wait and see, because a lot of spinners being used in this tournament, and in particular left-arm spinners. And there we are, the replay of that last dismissal. Onto the stumps, onto the leg stump, in fact. And here we are. So number 3 walking out for Nations Trust Bank, losing a wicket in the very first over. Well, that's the problem when you lose an early wicket. It puts the pressure on the batsman. And the pressure to score runs is certainly on the batsman at the moment. And we're looking at that field again. So they've got that man who's fielding at slip. He's in that position with the third man, along with that point fielder, the extra cover in mid-off, the offside field. On the onside, they've got the fine leg, a backward square leg near the square leg umpire, mid-wicket and a mid-on. So both teams being cheered on, and Ramit Pereira, he's on 3. He's the batsman on strike at the moment. Sanito Amrasinghe, 1 for 3 of the 5 balls is bowled so far, 3 for 1 of 5 balls, 24 overs per side, 3.60 the run rate, guard taken. And the last ball, the first over coming up as well. Right, good start for Ceylinco Insurance, picking up a wicket in the first over. Last ball of the over. Played on the onside, mid-wicket runs across to his left doing the fielding. Ends the over, 1 completed. And the Nations Trust Bank are 3 for 1 after 1 over. And Ramit Pereira is on 3 of 2 balls. Sanito Amrasinghe, 1 over, 1 for 3 figures. And the field crosses over now for the second over. Dinesh Jayavira, he's still to score. He's faced 1 ball so far. The last ball, the last over. And we look at the Nations Trust Bank team card. Anjali Fernando, Bashana Senaratna, along with Devaka Piris, Shamika, Dilshan, Dimit, along with Ramit Pereira, Gunavardhana, Jayavira, Mahawatra, making up their team of 11 for Nations Trust Bank. And the last man on the list is Sanol Ranasinghe. Right, so the 2 teams also been declared in this important contest in the Mercantile Cricket Association D Division 50-over league tournament. But this game reduced to 24 overs due to the rains, very heavy rains last night. Sajid Jaman to bowl over number 2, his first over. Another medium pacer in action. So Ramit Pereira is on strike. Sajid Jaman, 45 matches. Best figures are 3 for 35. And his economy rate is 5.84. The average is 30.20. We don't have to look at the average too much. But Jamana, he'll be in operation at the moment. Taken on the full, driven out towards mid-on. No chance of a run. Ball traveling quickly over that outfield area, even though we had heavy rains yesterday. So Nations Trust Bank are still 3 for 1 after 1.1 overs. So the field they've got for Ramit Pereira, the slip again in place, along with the third man, the backward point, extra cover mid-off on the offside. Short and trying to play it on the offside, beats the wicketkeeper as well, down towards the fine leg it goes, the batsman crosses for 1. Wait for the umpire's call. Was it off the bat? Was it buys? There's no call from the umpire, so it's runs to the batsman. Ramit Pereira picks up 1 more run, takes him on to 4. And takes the total on to 4 for the loss of 1 wicket. And that was a slow ball, in fact, from Jayamana. He beat the batsman. It was outside the line of off stump. And also foxed out the wicket keeper, who was using his left glove to try and pick it up. But it went too low to him as well. So Dinishka Jayavira, 37 matches. Top score 69 not out. 250 is under his belt. 92.96 is strike rate. Good strike rate for Jayavira. Played on the offside, looking for one. Field in very quickly. Sent back by the non-striker. That's Ramit Pereira. That's a good call from Pereira. As Jayavira was looking to pick up a single, hit it straight towards the extra cover fielder. So total remains at 4 for 1 after 1.3 overs. And here's Jayaman on the top of his mark once again, bowling right arm over the wicket from the commentary box end and bowling to Dinishka Jayavira. Lofted on the offside over the head of the mid-off fielder. They get one, looking for two. No, they settle for a single. Mid-off was very quick to that to pick it up. As the ball dropped over that mid-off's head, it didn't travel much further. But then Jayavira is off the mark with a single, takes the NTB or Nations Trust Bank total onto 5 for 1 after 1.4 overs. And brings Ramit Pereira once again on strike. He's on 4, he's faced 4 balls. 2 runs off this over so far of the 4 balls. Again, using his feet, drives on the onside, straight to mid-wicket this time. Didn't quite get the placement right, was Ramit Pereira. He was trying to play it between mid-on and mid-wicket, but hit it straight to mid-wicket, so there was no chance of run. And the total remains at 5 for 1 after 1.5 overs. Last ball, the second over coming up. So here we are with Ramit Pereira once again on strike. He's on 4 of 5 balls. Off the back foot, played uppishly, but very safe, out to mid-off. Ends the over, 2 completed, and Nations Trust Bank are 5 for 1 after 2 overs, with Pereira on 4 and Jayavira on 1. A reminder once again to all our viewers who are watching this match, this game reduced to 24 overs per side due to the rains last evening, and the ground was really flooded this morning. A lot of work went on. The ground staff, along with the 2 teams as well, cooperated to get the ground in order. So the match could start at 2:50 in the afternoon. 24 overs per side. There's the scorecard for Nations Trust Bank. Ramit Pereira on 4. The man out was Shamika. He was out for no score. He was clean bowled. He played 1 on. And, of course, Jayavira is on 1. There's no extra so far after 2 overs. Nations Trust Bank 1 wicket for 5 runs. And the third over to start up once again. So a lot of work going on in the middle by the batsmen as well, trying to get that matting adjusted. We're playing on matting wickets in this Mercantile D Division tournament, the league tournament. Of course, the finals will be played under lights at the CCC grounds. Should be on the 16th. And here's Amar Singh once again. Played defensively by Jayavira. The ball runs out towards the extra cover fielder. There's no chance of run. Total remains at 5 for 1 after 2.1 overs. Once again, a reminder, this game reduced to 24 overs per side due to the rains last evening. Heavy rains last evening, in fact, in this part of the country. And don't forget that we are just on the outskirts of Colombo at Pannipitia. Pulled down the track, and the return from the fielder at mid-wicket, well, it was not a good return. He got it to keep on tight. Perhaps Jayavira was short of his ground, but in the end he was able to make his ground. So Ramit Pereira walking down the track to have a word with him. Perhaps to say that, look, we don't need to take any risk. And there we go again, what really happened. Look at that. We're sitting there, and it bounced well short of mid-wicket to collect the ball cleanly. Look at the throw. Not a particularly good one. So Jayavira had enough time to get back. Again played on the onside, straight to mid-wicket. Another dot ball. This has been another tight over from Sanito Amrasinghe. 1.3 overs, 1 for 3 his figures. He got a wicket in the very first over he bowled. And so Jayavira has faced 6 balls for his 1 run. Ramit Pereira has also faced 6 balls for his 4. It's 5 for 1 after 2.3 overs. 24 overs per side because the rain delayed start today. Going for a full heave on the onside. Doesn't make contact with it. Appealed from the bowler and wicketkeeper. Not out, says the umpire. So another dot ball. So we had so many dot balls. 4 dot balls so far in this over. It's been a very tight over from Sanit Amrasinghe. 1 for 3 of 1.4 overs. His figures. So the slip is still in place. He seems to be a professional slip, no doubt. Taken a few catches there. Dropped a few as well. Lofted on the offside, safe enough as Midoff had to run to his left to do the fielding. The batsmen get 1. They're looking for 2, but Midoff did well to collect cleanly, return to the wicketkeeper, and so just a single being taken by Jayavira. Takes Jayavira on to 2 of 8 balls, takes the NTB total on to 6 or 1 after 2.5 overs. Amrasinghe 1 for 4 of 1.5, so 1 ball left in his second over, the third of the innings. Wicketkeeper making signs to the bowler as well. Sanit Amrasinghe, fairly a long run up in right arm over and bowls. Going for a big heave on the onside again. Off the bat onto the pad. Half-hearted appeal, stifled in the end. Ends the over. So 3 overs completed. And Nations Trust Bank a 6 for 1 with Sanit Amrasinghe. 2 overs, 1 for 4. Ramit Perra is on 4 of 7 balls. And Dinishka Jayavira is on 2 of 8 balls. Current run rate 2 per over. Once again, a reminder to all our viewers where we're watching this match. We hope you're enjoying the coverage as well as bright sunshine greets us. And the game reduced to 24 overs per side because of late start, 2:15 in the afternoon, late start here in Pannipitiya. And for the benefit of all those people who don't know where Pannipitiya is, it's on the outskirts of Colombo. That's where Pannipitiya is located. We're playing on a school ground. It's the Dharampala College grounds in Pannipitiya. That's where we're playing. And of course, they have turf wickets, but the Mercantile D division, the league games are being played on matting. We're playing on matting wickets at the moment. You can see that matting that's been laid out. And here we are with the 4th over about to get underway. Right, so over number 4 starting up. 6 for 1 is NTB. 6 outside edge, down to third man this time. Ramit Perra gets a single. So he's off strike, takes the total to 7 for the loss of 1 wicket. After 3.1 overs. So run making not going to be the easiest. With certain parts of the ground still quite wet, in fact. And the ball travels in those areas. It will tend to slow down. Some of the areas have dried up quite nicely. Nice to play, driven on the offside between extra cover and the backward point. They're coming back for 2. Another wild return to wicketkeeper. Well backed up in the end. So takes the total to 9, in fact. 9 for the loss of 1 wicket. When you drive on the offside, particularly on that part of the ground, the ball is going to tend to slow down quite a bit. We're into the 4th over. Played away Abhishek again on the onside. Midon has a bit of work to do to cover some ground. So the batsman crosses 1 more run, takes a total of 10 for the loss of 1 wicket. 10 for 1 in the 4th over. Our scoreboard at the moment has slowed down. We'll check it out as to what is happening with the scoreboard. For the benefit of all our viewers where we're watching this match, I hope you're enjoying our coverage of all the action. So the slip has disappeared at the moment. They got the backward point, a point extra cover in the mid-off on the offside. Player a miss outside the line of off stump. Is it being given out? Waiting for the umpire's call on that. Yes, he has been given out, caught behind, in fact. Well, there we are. We didn't see the umpire's finger come up too much. Just perhaps a half-hearted finger coming up, but there we are. NTB has lost their 2nd wicket. There we go. Faint edge, wicketkeeper took it ankle height, of course. And Nations Trust Bank lost their 2nd wicket. It's 10 for the loss of 2 wickets, 10 for 2 in the 4th over. So losing early wickets, that's where the problem lies for Nations Trust Bank. They were put into bat today by Ceylinco Insurance, won the toss. Game reduced to 24 overs per side because we had a late start, 2:15 in the afternoon, due to rains as well last night. And we'll try and see what happened to our scoreboard on the screen. It should be 10 for 2 at the moment, not 6 for 1. That's the actual score. And we're still in the 4th over of the innings. So guard being taken again. And so now it's a packed offside field with a backward point, the point, extra cover, and a deep mid-off on the offside. Onside, you got the man at fine leg, a backward square leg, a mid-wicket, and a mid-on. In the block hole, well bowled, but equally well played. The ball was just dug out on the onside. The first ball that was bowled to the new batsman. Still 10 for the loss of 1 wicket. A lot of talking going on in the middle as well. Lofted on the onside, that's well played. No fielder around that area. The ball is slowing down near the boundary. It stops, in fact, before it reaches the boundary. And the batsmen pick up 2 runs. They should look for the third as well. There's going to be an interesting run in between the wickets. But that ends the over as well. So 4 overs completed. And Nation Trust Bank are 12 for the loss of 2 wickets. 12 for 2. It's not 6 or 1 as you see on the screen. It's 12 for the loss of 2 wickets after 4 overs. Right, so the 5th over about to get underway. So Sanitha Amrasinghe will bowl his 3rd over. 1 for 4 his figures after 2. The field on the offside, they've got a 3rd man coming in. A backward point, a point extra cover, and a mid off the offside field. On the onside, the fine leg, a backward square leg, a mid wicket, and a mid on. Here's Amrasinghe. Down the leg side, wide call. Total moves up to 13 for the loss of 2 wickets. The first wide of the innings. It's got to be re-bowled. So little chat. The bowler is having some problems perhaps. Has he got a problem with his knee or ankle? He's got his teammates around him. Not a good sign. He's now on his knees at the moment because Sanitha Amrasinghe has bowled really well, and after that wide, there he goes down, flat down at the moment. So he'll need to be taken off if he's going to be having a problem with some part of his leg. The umpire's also around there, and everybody's around with Nations Trust Bank on 13 for the loss of 2 wickets. Seems to be recovering. There we go again. That's what really happened. The wide was called. And then after he delivered, he seemed to have a problem with his ankle maybe. Trying to reconfirm that. But it's down to the ground at the moment. There we are. Not too steady. So hold up in play at the moment. 13 for 2 is Nations Trust Bank. Put into bat by Ceylinco Insurance. And there he is being helped off, I think, from the field. So none of his players will have to continue that over. Just the 1 ball bowled by Sanitha Amrasinghe in his 3rd over. Yes, he's being helped off. He seems to be in so much pain at the moment. So hold up in play right now. And for the benefit of our viewers, where we're watching this live telecast of this game of the Mercantile Cricket Association D Division 50 over league tournament for 2025. Game reduced to 24 overs per side because of the rains last night. And the ground became really wet and soaked up when we came up this morning. And there we are. So Santo Amarasinghe being helped off the ground. He certainly helped his ankle, I think. That's what has really happened. May have twisted his ankle with the delivery stride, that last delivery ball, which was a wide. He's been bowling well, in fact, the first wide of the innings. So he's being helped off, and he'll be helped off on the far end of the grounds, under the tree, in fact. So they'll have a look at him over there. And we'd like to say that the total is 13 for 2, not 6 or 1. They'll have to adjust that scoreboard. Some problem perhaps in the graphics of that scoreboard. Let's hope it'll be sorted out in a moment or two. But here we are. So Santo Amarasinghe is over. To be continued. 5 balls left in the over. Played on the offside, straight towards mid-off. There's no chance of runs or dot ball. And it's still 13 for 2. Yeah. NTB 13 for 2 after 4.2 overs at the moment. Trying to work it on the onside, takes on the pad. The ball rolls out towards backward square leg. Another dot ball. So Ramit Perra on 7 of 9. Angelo Fernando is on 2 of 2 balls at the non-strikers end. Shalaka Bandara to bowl that, continue that over of Amarasinghe. This time off the back foot, played out on the offside. Point, there's the fielding, another dot ball. That's well bowled again. So Shalaka Bandara continuing that over. Of the 5 deliveries that's got to be bowled, he's bowled 4 dot balls so far. Wrapped on the pad, big shout again from the bowler and the wicket keeper. Not out, says the umpire this time. Well, it's all happening in the middle. Trying to play across the line was Ramit. Play straight. Look at that. That's what he's trying to do. Perhaps missing the leg stump. Lovely shot. Drives nicely around the ground. Deep mid off, there's the field. The batsman will cross for 1. That's all they'll get. That'll end the over. So 5 overs completed. Nations Trust Bank 14 for the loss of 2 wickets. With Ramit Perra on 8 of 14. Angelo Fernando is on 2 of 2 balls. And that's the end of over number 5. Right, so change the voices as well. And a voice that you know all too well for the next 5 overs, Samir Amarasinghe.
Thank you, Eric. It's been a slow start for NTB. At the toss, the captain Ramit Perra told me they're planning around 150 balls, that is 24 overs. But at the moment they're struggling. They got lost 2 main batters. With Ramit opening today, normally he comes at number 4. Slight change because of the 24 over game. And doesn't seem that they are well placed at the moment. I think Ceylinco have been doing all the breaks on the run rate, but taking wickets as well. A lot of oohs and ahs going. 2 wickets. So completely dominating the first 5 overs. As for the competition, as I know, the better team is Ceylinco Insurance for sure. NTB fighting with fought hard with Dialogue. Only won that match, and one match was tied. So they lost to Ceylan Bank, and MELWIRE Rolling, they lost the match. So they are having problems with their winning combination. So today they are having a very, very big task of beating Ceylinco in this knockout situation. So it's not going to be easy. Normally Ceylinco, if they win the toss, they bat first and get that 260, 270 on the board with 50 overs. But today it's a different game, 24 overs. So they decided to bowl and keep the batters restricted and
get that score by chasing. That was Apesh, and 4 runs to the taking. We are at Panipitia grounds. As I know, those days I used to play few matches in this ground, but once I came, probably after 10 to 12 years, maybe more than that, probably about 15 years, completely changed, and I couldn't recognize the place with all lush green outfield. Those days there was not much grass around, so I was surprised with this venue, and I never believed that I played in this ground. So it's different now. What a shot there by, this time again, Ramit Pereira. He looks in business and looking so solid with that shot. Brilliant. 16 of 19. With that couple of boundaries, they got some energy into that scorecard with the run rate. Look at that. He bludgeoned that like it reminds me of England all-rounder. And again, another boundary. This is excellent batting from Ramit Pereira, the skipper. I think he heard me saying, he said 150. But now with that 3 boundaries, similar kind of a shot making as Livingston. And that is another boundary. So 6 overs gone, 26 for 2. And that's the partnership. 16, I think all 16 made by all, probably like 14 made by Ramit. So Ramit is well set. That's the key thing, that they need to keep this going. It's Shalaka Bandara, bowling change. And this is the challenge that NTB has. How do they cope with Ceylinco's mighty spin attack? They have 2 left-arm spinners, Sandrudas and Purna. Some more spinners as well. So it's not going to be easy. Today it's a change. Murshad is playing for Linal Subasinghe. He's been left out because of poor performances, failing. The beautiful shot, and that's 4 more. This time with the bat of Anjula Fernando. NTB fighting hard today. Nothing to lose with 24 over game. Anybody's game. That's pulled away for 4 runs. Weather god has been good at the moment. Clear blue sky. Doesn't seem it might rain in the next 1 hour. So looks like we will have a game. That time it's very close. Yes, it's given. Saw that coming. So it very close to the naked eye. 181. The batter Angela Fernando has to depart. Let's see the replay. I saw that coming. Is very, very close. Yep, I think it will hit the leg stump. Umpires today, it is Dilshan De Silva, my old friend. He's umpiring today. The match referee is T.H. Vijayavardhana. Dilshan De Silva and Nipuna Liyanage, the umpires. Match referee T.H. Vijayavardhana. That is T.H. Vijayavardhana. So other hand, Ceylon Bank dominating against Central Finance. Ceylon Bank has got 225 for 7 in their lot of 50 overs. Central Finance are 18 for 3. Finding it very hard to chase that. So good. Looks like it might. Let's see with umpire. Yes. And that is the end of the over. 30 for 3 after 7. And that is the bowling. Sajid Jamana, 3 overs 20. And now, Purna Sulakshana, as I said, the left arm is coming into the business. And he's going to bowl to the captain Ramit. They need to build a partnership now. With 3 wickets gone already. 55 wickets for the innings played for DSC Ranaka College. Purna Sulakshana cuts straight to the deep fielder, bowling with point, slip, extra cover, deep extra cover, mid wicket and short fine leg and a deep square leg and deep mid on and deep mid off. So decent field, not attacking much, only slip will be the attacking fielder. And that is umpire Dilshan. Let's put some weight lately. And nice venue for cricket. Because of overnight rain, the evening as well. So it was raining. Difficult for the ground to be prepared. And apart from Ramit's 21, Anjula got a boundary. Still 31. This is a very good over in progress. Just a single only. So this is a not good from NTB in this over. They have been pegged back with this beautiful over. Just a single run from it. It's a 31 for 3. It is Shalaka Bandara, the wicket taker. Fast delivery. And NTB has not even got to that 4 runs per over mark. At least they need to get 120, 130 probably to give a fight. 100 is not a good score. And that's a boundary. Gone for 4. Poor bit of fielding there. Couldn't prevent that boundary. That's the bat of Ramita Pereira. He's into 25. He has got, I think, around 5 boundaries now, probably. He's the man. He's in form at the moment. Last wicket was a little going down leg, so the batsman was not happy. Good batting from Ramit. So I think they should try to get 130. What a huge hit this time. Looks like it clears. It's 6 runs. That 6 will help the run rate in a big way. 41 now. Clean hitting. I thought the fielder had a chance, but it's over him. Got that meat. We hear that sound of the bat. When you hit that in the middle, it will clear. 41 and ends the over. 9 overs completed. 41 for 3. Selection cuts very straight to the deep fielder. Now it's a chance to give Ramit again strike. He's on 31. He's the man who has got this innings up and running. So interesting if they score about 110 to 130. How they bowl. They have a good lineup. That's a beautiful shot again. He looks solid today. Normally a very slow in his approach, but it's a 24 over game. He has changed his game, changed his batting order. He's came opening. So I think he's a good batsman batting in the top. I mean opening the batting. When he looks to attack, I think he's a better batter than the 50 overs I saw. Very slow in going. Doesn't try to hit the ball much. But today, he's a different man. Completely different man. And a good response also. This is not good from Pasidu Dilshan. He got a single in the first ball. And again, Ramit got a single. Now he's eating up the balls. So he can't do that when it comes to a 24 over game. To give a support, that's a little too much in that fielding area. The ball spun away and gets a single. Decent start as NTB after losing 3 wickets. To get up to 44 is not bad. So this is a chance for them in the shorter game. Good delivery. Ends the over. 44 for 3. And it will be changing voices. Eric Gowda will take you through to the 15th.
Thank you so much, Samira. So here we are. the first inning of this shortened game, 24 overs per side, between Ceylinco Insurance and Nations Trust Bank. You missed out on the first part of the action in this Mercantile Cricket Association D Division 50-over league tournament for 2025. The game reduced to 24 overs per side because a late start, 2:15 in the afternoon, as we had heavy rains in this part of the country last evening and last night. This game being played at the Dharamapala College grounds in Pannipitiya. Now, Pannipitiya, for many people not familiar with this location, it's located just outside Colombo. And here we are, changed the bowling as well. Sanduru Dias coming on, the left-arm spinner, with NTB on 44 for 3, passing the Dilshans on 2. And there's Dias' statistics. 50 matches, best figure 6 of 23. And he's picked up 2 5-wicket hauls as well. Economy rate is not bad at all, 4.08. And of course, Ceylinco Insurance packed with these spinners as well to put on a show. They got a slip in place straight away. The backward point, the sweeper cover, extra cover, and a long off for the offside. First ball. Cuts well, but sweeper will do the fielding. They'll pick up a single for that. So passing the Dilshan picks up a single, takes him on to 3. And looking at the onside field, they got a man at backward square leg, a man at deep mid-wicket at the boundary, a mid-wicket, and also a long on. And so Ramit Perra has been absolutely superb on 32 of 29 on strike to Dias. Comes forward, pushes gently on the offside. Backward point does the fielding. So it's a dot ball from Sanduru Dias as well. And NTB on 45 for 3 after 10.2 overs. It's a lovely afternoon here at Pannipitiya. Drives it nicely past that extra cover field. The sweeper tied is up, so the batsman will cross for one more run. Will take Pereira on to 33. The total will move up to 46 for 3. We're in the 11th over. Game reduced to 24 overs per side. So Ramit Perra has been the man that has done all the scoring so far. Left sweep. Beats the field at short fine leg. Down towards that deep fine leg boundary region. They're coming back for 2. When the ball bounced, in fact, it deviated off, and the fielder didn't anticipate that. So passes the Dilshan, picks up 2 more runs. 48 for 3 is the total. Going for the little lap sweep. There we are. That's what he was doing. It was in the air, but look at that. The way the ball just curled away from the fielder. Drives to the offside. Sweeper will tidy up. So one more run to Dilshan as well. Takes him on to 6. Total up to 49 for 3 after 10.5 overs. So we had 5 runs so far of this Sanduru Dias over. The 5 balls is bowled so far. And Ramit Perra on strike on 33. Played around the offside again to sweeper. They'll pick up 1. So Ramit Perra will keep the strike, ends the over. And we got 11 overs completed. And NTB are 50 for 3 after 11 overs. Ramit Perra on 34. And Dilshan is on 6. And Sanduru Dias 1 over. None for 6 is figures. Current run rate 4.55. Projected score is 109. They'll want to go well past that, in fact. And this game between Ceylinco Insurance and Nations Trust Bank. Important game for both teams. In fact, Ceylinco Insurance lead the table in their respective group. But Nations Trust Bank, they're looking for a win. They want to stake their claims for a semi-final berth as well. And could they achieve that today? We'll have to wait and see. And it's a lovely afternoon here at Pannipitiya. Blue skies, no threat of immediate rain. That's the good part of it. And so we're going to have another change. The bowling coming up at 50 for 3 NTB after 11. So 13 overs left in the innings. And a lot of work going on to set the field. The bowling change coming up as well. 4.55 the run rate. So Achala Pereira to bowl his first over. From the commentary box end, and we're looking at the field. They got a slip in place at the moment. The backward point. A point extra cover. And another man at long off. Perhaps you can't see that position. But on the onside, they got a man at short fine leg. A deep backward square leg. A deep mid-wicket. A mid-wicket and a long on. 3 boundary riders on the onside. expecting, and Achala Pereira has played 23 matches, 5 for 65 is his best figures. And here's the first ball to Pereira. On the back foot, that had to hurry on. That was really quick for Achala Pereira. And Ramit Pereira, who didn't expect the ball to come that fast, had to check his shot very quickly indeed. So dot ball to start the over. Pereira on 34 of 33. Lofted on the onside. Fielder gets the catch at long on. That's the big wicket that Ceylinco Insurance wanted. Ramit Pereira, who's going great guns, out for 34. They set that field at long on, specifically for that shot, and the ball on Achala Pereira forced Ramit Pereira to go big, and he did so, trying to find the boundary, but also lost his wicket. So NTB lose their fourth wicket, 50 for 4 in the 12th over. Look at that again. There we go. Lofted on the onside. And look at the fielder. Hadn't to move an inch. Stayed in the same place. Took a straightforward catch. And Ramit Pereira out for 34 of 34 balls as well. And at 50 for 4 of the 11.2 overs, Achala Pereira picks up his first wicket. So Hasid Amarasinghe takes the catch off Achala Pereira. 1-6 and 4 fours for Ramit Pereira. He really held that innings together, gave it a lot of impetus. They got momentum going as well when Ramit was there. But that's a big wicket for Ceylinco Insurance. And now they're into the middle order at 50 for 4, NTB. After 11.2 overs, Achala Pereira, 2 balls, 1 wicket for no runs. That's what his figures look like at the moment. The current run rate is 4.41. So passing the Dilshan, he's there. He's faced 14 balls for his 6 runs. Little huddle going on as well for the Ceylinco Insurance players. A little drinks break, perhaps an unofficial drinks break. A 24 over game, this one. And Nations Trust Bank will look to get as many runs as possible. They'll want a partnership from this point onwards. They'll want another innings just like Ramit Pereira's innings to get that impetus going again. Achala Pereira bowling pretty quickly. Fast off breaks from the spinner. Picked up a wicket with that catch being taken at long on. So NTB 50 for 4 after 11.2 overs. Right, a left-hander for the first time this innings. He's got to mark that the guard out because this is chalk intensity guard here when you play on matting. Right, so there we are with Achala Pereira, so bowling right arm round the wicket to the left-hander. Got a slip in place. A man a short third man, the backward point, a sweeper, extra cover and a long off the offside field. On the onside, he's got a man at a deep backward square leg on the boundary. A mid-wicket and a long on. Brings the batsman well forward. Achala Pereira is going to mix it up, trouble the batsman as well. So the new man who's in the first field with the bat in the middle. Overpitched, driven, but straight to extra cover. Devak Peris, the new man in. Face 2 balls is still to score. This one heaved on the onside. That's a good strike down to the boundary for 4. Picked it beautifully outside the off stump was the Peris. Perhaps he was getting impatient that dot balls are coming in. Look at that, the way he reached for that from outside the line of off stump. Got bat to it along the ground. There was no field at deep mid wicket of the boundary. There's a deep backward square leg on the boundary. So Peris off the mark with the boundary. It's 54 for 4 after 11.5 overs. First run scored of Achala Pereira. 1 for 4 his figures of the 5 balls. The last ball coming up from Pereira is bowling to Devak Peris on 4. Got behind, Well, thin edge. The umpire's finger came up straight away. The batsman is surprised with that decision. He was given out. Ceylinco Paris. We'll take a look at that again. Unfortunately, we don't have the facility of having perhaps a bit more replays, but there we are. Paris is out, scored 4 and he departs. There we go again. That's the dismissal. There was turn and bounce. He didn't look at the umpire, didn't look at the wicket keeper, but when the finger came up, he was very disappointed. Ceylinco Paris was caught by Harshana of the bowling Vachala Perra. Perra picks up 2 wickets in that over. So he goes off 4 balls. And Nations Trust Bank have lost half their side, 54 for 5 after 12 overs. So there's Pereira's figures, 2 for 4, the 1 over is bowled. He's mixed up beautifully to trouble the batsman. He picked up one of the hard-hitting batsmen of Pereira, caught it long on, and then had the wicket of the last man, Paris, caught behind. 2 for 4 on the 1 over. So each bowler will be allowed 4 overs. In fact, a 24 over game. That's what this has been reduced to. And the Nations Trust Bank are 54 for 5 out of 12 overs. So 12 more overs are available. Again, a big shout for a caught behind. The umpire is not interested this time. Huge appeal. Ceylinco Dilmit. He's on strike. Turn and bounce. So played on the offside, straight towards extra cover, and there's no run. So Sandro Dias into his second over, none for 6 his figures so far. Nicely played along the ground towards long off by Dilshan. Takes him on to 7. 55 for 5. We're in the 13th over. So Dilmit's figures, here we are, 10 matches. Average of 18.22, highest been 33 runs. Pulls is better by the last moment and sees it through the wicket keeper. So just the 1 run so far, the 4 balls of this Sandro Dias over. None for 7 his figures after 1.4 overs. Played defensively out to the offside. So Ceylinco Dilmit, he's on strike. He's faced 2 balls so far, still to score. Played a miss outside the line of off stump again. Well bowled, good over from Sandro Dias. So 13 overs completed. Nations Trust Bank are 55 for 5. With Dilmit still to score, and Dilshan is on 7 of 17. Current run rate 4.23. So there's the Nations Trust Bank scorecard at the moment. Ramit Perra, the captain, top scorer so far, 34 of 34 balls, 6 and 4 fours. Shamika didn't trouble the scorers. Jaivira, he made 3. Angelo Fernando made 6. And Ceylinco Paris, the last man out, also made 4. 1 extra only in this total. 1 wide that was bowled earlier on. Achala Perra, 2 for 4 of the 1 over is bowled so far. Bowls quicker sometimes. Troubles batsman because difficult to read the change of pace. He's bowling right arm over. Nicely played. Driven on the onside along the ground towards long on for a single by Dilshan. So takes him along to 8, and the total moves out to 56 for 5. First ball, the 14th over. Played on the offside. Bowler slips on his follow through. Right, let's take a look at the last wicket that fell. There we go. Played in the air, and that was caught. And that was the catch behind from the left-hander. Umpire's pretty certain. So Dilmit on strike, still to score. He's faced 5 balls. Played on the onside this time, just flicked away on the onside to mid-wicket. So you got that man at backward point, the extra cover, and long off on the offside. On the onside, a short fine leg, a deep backward square leg, deep mid-wicket and long on. Driven on the offside again, straight towards the extra cover fielder. There's no chance of a run. Now the tight over for Machala Perra, just 1 run so far of the over. Figures 1.5 overs, 2 for 5. Again played away on the offside. Point there's the fielding, the lengthy overs. So we are 14 overs completed. Nations Trust Bank 56 of 5. Dilmit still to score of 8 balls, and Dilshan on 8 of 18. Well, the weather has remained good so far this afternoon. There's the bowling card for Ceylinco. Amarasinghe, he's off the field. Perhaps he's got ankle problem. 1 for 5. Jayamana, 1 for 20. Bandara, 1 for 15. And Machala Perra, 2 for 5 from his 2 overs. Vilakshana and Dias wicketless at the moment. 1 extra. So current run rate is 4 per over. 56 of 5 Nations Trust Bank. Put into bat today by Ceylinco Insurance. Off the back foot, nicely played on the offside. Looking for 1, but well fielded at extra cover. Excellent fielding. The return to wicketkeeper was good as well. The batsman was thinking of a single, but changed their mind. We'd like to remind all our viewers that this game is 24 overs per side. Late start at 2:15 in the afternoon Sri Lankan time because of rain last evening and last night. Very heavy conditions on the grounds this morning. Oh, there we are, the reverse sweep down towards the third man region. Fielders after it, he won't get there. That's 4. Whatever score you're looking at, and Dilshan, a very odd shot played by him. It was not a conventional reverse sweep, but he got 4 runs for that. We look at that again. There we go. Along the ground. So 60 for 5 after 14.2 overs. Sandaru Dias 2.2 overs, none for 11 his figures. So Dilshan in double figures, he's on 12 of 20 balls. He's got to make this count now. Drives on the offside. Long off will complete the fielding. The batsman will cross a 1. So 61 for 5 after 14.3 overs. So Sandaru Dias 2.3 overs, none for 12 his figures. Brings Dilmit on strike once again. He's still to score. He's faced 8 balls. Full toss, but driven straight to the field at extra cover. So there's no chance of a run once again. There we are. He couldn't make use of the full toss. got to put those away when you get those opportunities, not getting too many freebies, in fact. Turned on the onside towards mid-wicket. He wants one, but Dilshan sends him back quite rightly. So the ball is not travelling quickly, and mid-wicket had it covered. Playing a miss outside the line of off stump. That ends the over. 15 overs completed. Nations Trust Bank are 61 for 5. With Dilmit still to score 11 balls this race. Pasindu Dilshan 13 of 21 balls. Sandur Das 3 overs, none for 12. The run rate is 4.02. And your friend and mine, Samir Virsinger, for the next 5 overs.
Thank you, Eric. It's 61 for 5. Doesn't look good at the moment with the batting order. But I think Devaka Piri he was absolutely unlucky. That didn't hit the bat. So few decisions going Ceylinco's way. And that's the problem. Take a look at some international news. Yesterday, India were dominant, beating South Africa. And Australia has won the second Ashes Test with pretty ease, with 8 wickets. And so they are 2-0 up in that Ashes 5-match Test series. 47 for 4. Ceylan Bank got 227. Central Finance 47 for 4. That is the other quarterfinals we have. Given again. Let's see this time. The replay will be interesting because Dilshan is giving a lot of decisions today. He has to make some decisions. Got a bad one with that. And that should be out. That is correct. Straight ball, poor shot, missed the ball. I think that is a good decision from Umpire Dilshan De Silva. So, and Achala has got 3 wickets, bowling well. It's 63 for 6. So new batter in. Setting a Dilmit on 1 of 12. Someone should remind him he needs to score some runs because it's 24. Close shout. This time, Achala should get his 4th wicket. They are falling apart at the moment. 7th wicket down. NTB with that knock of the captain. If not, they are not satisfied with 63-7. Look at that. Tries to get that big heave into the leg side. Completely missing that middle of the bat. But he somehow got the edge of the bat. But that is gone. Anjana Mahawata is gone without troubling our scorers. 0. There you go. 63 for 7. Dilmit on 1. They have that chance of bowling them out as well. So in 24 overs, if they manage to get them all out, that's not good from NTB. But I think they were in that positive frame of mind to be good on them. They tried their shots today. They wanted a 24 over game, so it is for the betterment. And now the new batsman has got a gift, because this is December, to get that free hit from Pura. Let's see. And he straight away, just only a single. Didn't connect. The placement was wrong. Flight and delivery. Nicely done. He knew that he's going for it. Now, just another dot delivery. Ends the over. No, there's another ball, I guess. Yes. And the new batter in is, I think, Sanol Ranasinghe. Sanol. Full toss. Nicely played towards the deep. Purna Sulakshana is the bowler. Should have stopped that, but allowed in the hands of the bowler. And this is good from Ceylinco. And that's a wide. These are good opportunity. They at least get that 100 runs in the next few overs. They can give a fight. Sweep straight to the man. And Linal Subasinghe has got 12th man duties. Not doing it properly. It's 4 more. He's missed it completely. And the score moves up to 69. And that ends the over. $73 for 7 after 17. Sesika Dilmit and Sanol rather. There's a lot of Sonals, I know. He's Sanol. That just bowled him. Achala celebrations are similar to Asaranga. He's going screaming. 5 wickets. What a superb spell. I have to give to him. Bowled really well. Got some decisions coming his way, but he bowled really well. Got turned. Flighted this time, inviting him for the big shot. Got the wicket of Ramit as well. And this is Sanol Ranasinghe. He departs. 8 wickets already gone. Doesn't see him going anywhere. But they are not diving, wandering. They're trying their shots. That's a good point. And anyways, 8 down. New batter in. And next is the last man, one of my friends, Inosh Gunawardana. Gingerly walking in to face the music. Nine 73 for 8. And another one given. 6 wickets for Achala. Batsman doesn't look happy. Let's see the replay. Let's see closely. Probably that is, I think that is out if the ball doesn't hit the bat. I think, no, doesn't seem the batter actually he's not showing the bat. He says it's too up, too high. I think that's what he's mentioning. But anyways, you can't say that because he doesn't know where the ball is heading. So he's on a hat trick. 9 down already. Hat-trick saved. Almost given a hat-trick to withdraw out. They're trying their best to get that wickets. He's turning the ball. That's what he's doing well. When he pitches in the right area, the ball spins and misses the bat. Then the batters get into trouble. Look at his figures. 7 runs, 6 wickets. Very good bowling this is. Ends the over. 73 for 9. Those are the 6 wickets he took First one was the captain. This one was unlucky. That is, I think, going far away, not even closer. That was out for my money. This was surely out. Got the leading edge. This one is bowled. Can be given out that as well, probably. $73 for 9. That's the end of it. What really happened there? Because they were somewhere 60 for 4, 60 for 5. But they just got bowled out within 18 overs. This is not good. Yes, they need to get positive, but this is extra too much. Gone. And few decisions went their way, but doesn't matter. Not a good batting display. They should have got a little connected and bat the 24 overs at least, but it didn't happen. So 73, anything can happen. They can defend that. You never know if they give their best effort and bowl them out. Cricket is a funny game. We saw how they batted. If you attack and if you get that boundaries going, runs will come. Otherwise, it's very difficult. We saw the knock of the captain, got some boundaries. Other than that, if you stay in the wicket, doesn't make you runs as well. 73 all out. So 74 will be the target. There will be a short break only. No lunch or any interval today. And so it will be only a 10-minute break today. And we will get to look at the scorecards. Look at that. Pasindo Dilshan got 14 and the captain got 34. That is 50 runs among them with the 4 extras. Other than that, it's not good from the other batters. They didn't contribute much. And got 73 all out. So bowling, I think it's given to the off spinner of Achala Pereira. Look at that figures. 4 overs, 20 dot balls, 6 wickets for 7 runs. And the captain Sajid Jayamana got a wicket. Sanitha Amarasinghe got a wicket. Shalaka Bandara got a wicket. And Sandaru Dias got that last wicket. Only Purna Sulakshana didn't have that opportunity of filling that column. Look at that, 50 for 4 they were. And then the collapse started. Anyway, they lost 2 quick wickets in the beginning. But they got some runs, got some energy into the game with some boundaries. But doesn't matter. They just lost it completely. These are some shots. That's the first one, Jack back. And those 2 wickets were pretty quickly. And then the captain, Pramit Pereira, opening the batting today. Got some runs flowing, middle of the bat. 1 over, got 3 boundaries. With that, just the game came in a little bit. And then that was another boundary. And that was a boundary that wanted, and that was going very, very far away from the bat. Unfortunate there. He was a decent batter as well. That was clearly going to hit the stump. Poor shot selections. Sometimes you need to give it to the bowlers. That was a poor fielding effort from Linal. That was bowled. This one was very close and given out. That one is the last wicket. 73 all out. We will get a short break and Eric will come into the other side with the chase. We'll start in a few minutes. That is 74 needed. And will be
So welcome back to Dharamapala College grounds in Panipitiya. Mercantile Cricket Association D Division 50 over League Tournament for 2025. Ceylinco Insurance versus Nations Trust Bank. The first inning was completed with Nations Trust Bank put into bat today by Ceylinco Insurance. Bowled out for 73 in 18 overs, a run rate of 4.02. And Ceylinco Insurance requiring 74 to win in 24 overs. So there we are, the umpires out. So we'll see the commencement of the continuation of this match between Ceylinco Insurance and Nations Trust Bank. And for all those interested about the weather down here in Panipitiya, glorious weather. In fact, the sun is really shining down the grounds, blue skies. And we should see an end to this game without having any interruptions for rain. That's what we think at the moment. Right, we'll see the Nations Trust Bank taking the field as well. They'll be very disturbed that they're bowled up for 73 in 18 overs. The game reduced to 24 overs per side because of a late start today. We started at 2:15 in the afternoon, Sri Lankan time, because of wet ground conditions as well. And of course, Nations Trust Bank, they had a good start at one time. Their captain really gave them a start, but then things took a turn and they were bowled out for 73. So that was a poor performance. But Ceylinco Insurance, they bowled well and they also fielded well. The catching was good. Of course, ground fielding perhaps a bit difficult in these days because of the wet ground conditions as well. And of course, the umpires are out waiting for Nations Trust Bank to take the field. Right, the batsmen are ready also in the pavilion to take the grounds. And there we are, so Nations Trust Bank taking the field. And because they got to defend 73 runs that they made in their 18 overs. So what will they do today? How will they get about it? Because Ceylinco Insurance look to be on top in this game. They should win this quite comfortably because they have a good batting side as well. And if they are off to a flying start, perhaps they'll finish this game pretty quickly. But wait and see, we don't know in this type of cricket. you suddenly lose some wickets up front or you lose wickets in a heap, and then the pressure really comes back on the batting side. And here the batsman walking out as well to try and make those 74 runs required to win in 24 overs. Right, so a 50-over game reduced to 24 overs because of rain. That's what it's like here at Panipitiya. And for those of you who are watching this game live and you don't know where Panipitiya is, it's slightly outside Colombo, not too far from Colombo, but outside Colombo. It's a bustling little city, lots of people around as well, lots of shops and markets as well. And the public transport really gets going from this part of the world as well to many places in Sri Lanka. So it's a very, very active city here in Panipitiya. Right, so we have the field settling in as well for the first over for the 74-run chase for Ceylinco Insurance. And we're looking at the field. They've got a slip in place at the moment, a third man, a backward point. They have an extra cover and a mid-off on the offside, or the man at extra cover is now moving on the onside. And on the onside, they've got a fine leg. Or in fact, we've got a left hand on strike, so the field will change because of that. A left hand on strike. So, got a third man along with the backward point, a point, the extra cover, and also a short extra cover with a mid-off on the offside. On the onside, you got a man at fine leg, and then a backward square leg and a mid-on. The three fielders on the onside. So lots of gaps on the onside field as well. Plenty of chances to work the ball between that backward square leg and mid-on and get some runs. So let's see what these batsmen will do in the first few overs. Right, so the chase is on at the moment, and the umpire signals to the scorers. Are you ready? The stage is all set in the middle. First over coming up. Medium pace bowler to open proceedings for Nations Trust Bank. Right, so here the left hand on strike, and the first ball about to be delivered. Played defensive down the track. The bowler fields on his follow through, so dot ball to start proceedings. So Ceylinco Insurance on top in their group on the points table. They lost one match. They played four. They lost one and won 3 matches. So Hasit Amarasinghe and Shamod opened the batting. Amarasinghe's figures 350s to his credit. 95 is his top score. He's batted for 19 matches. And then Chamod Sulakshana at the non-strikers end. Inosh Gunawardena with the ball. The medium pacer. Taken the full, driven past the ball on the onside, down towards long on, 2 fielders off it. Will they get there? The ball beats them to the boundary before the first scoring shot by Ceylinco Insurance. They're off the mark in style with the boundary. Samra Singh straight above the mark. Along the ground, that's well played. Those are types of shots that you need to get runs going, to get your name on the board as well. Samra Singh on 4 and Ceylinco General Insurance are 4 for no wicket after 2 deliveries. Inosh Gunawardena, 9 matches and 2 for 29 is best figures. Economy rate of 4.34. Batter pad close together, runs it out on the onside. The non-striker picks it up. It hits him on somewhere in the boot, so there's no chance of a run. And he does some service to the opponents as well by picking the ball up. Nice spread again along the ground. Straight towards mid-off, so there's no chance of a run. Another dot ball. So Hasit Amarasinghe quite content to hit it along the ground. He had that boundary in the second ball of the innings. Again, defensively, out on the offside, the bowler picks up on his follow through. So, other than the boundary of Inosh Gunawardana's second delivery, it's been a tight over so far. None for 4 is Ceylinco Insurance. So Nations Trust Bank, they have to really bowl their hearts out and feel well to try and bowl Ceylinco Insurance out under 73. Again driven on the onside, well fielded this time at mid-on. The ball travelled very quickly along the outfield. That ends the over, 1 over completed, and Ceylinco Insurance are 4 for no wicket with Amar Singh on 4 and somehow Tulakshana still to face a ball. So there's the scorecard. Amar Singh, 4 runs off the 6 balls is faced with that boundary. Tulakshana still to face a ball. The batting to come. Sandhu Das, Captain Jayamana along with Harshana, Bandara, Hetirachi, Murshad, Tulakshana Pereira and Amar Singh to make up the batting card. The target is 74 of 24 overs. The game reduced to 24 overs per side because a late start today. Game got underway at 2:15 in the afternoon. Chamod Tulakshana to have the strike as well. So we see a spin from the other end. This has been a feature to have one medium pace bowler and a spinner in operation in the opening overs of an innings. So got a slip in place with the short third man, the backward point, a point extra cover mid-off, and played defensively down the track for the bowler to field. So pass into Dilshan, the bowler. So Hemant 70 required of 137 balls, that's the equation. So Dilshan 55 matches, 5 for 11 his best bowling figures. Wow, that's really good. Pulled away on the onside. In the air, couple of bounces to the boundary at backward square leg for 4. So Tulakshana off the mark in style. Takes the total up to 8 for no wicket. Chamod Tulakshana is off the mark with 4. Picked it up beautifully. Look at that, the way he picked it up. There was no fielder down there over the head of that backward square leg. Couple of bounces to the boundary for 4. So they're going at 6 runs and over. They require 2.91 from this stage onwards. And here's Dilshan once again. Defensively out on the offside. No chance of a run. Lofted on the onside. Where is that going? Fielder is getting there. Takes the catch. Well, there we are. So Ceylinco Insurance lose their first wicket. Tulakshana, the man out, caught on the boundary. He's off the mark in style of the 4th ball of the innings, and now he falls prey. And Ceylinco Insurance lose their first wicket. 8 for 1. Look at that. Heaving that on the onside. The fielder made no mistake about that. Moved just one step to his right. Kept his eyes on the ball and took a straightforward catch. So Ceylinco Insurance are 8 for the loss of 1 wicket after 1.4 overs. Passing to Dilshan, picks up his first wicket as well. So Chamod Tulakshana disappointed after getting off the mark in style with a nice boundary, a flick shot on the onside, loses wicket with a heave on the onside straight down the throat of long on. Was in the shadows, in fact, under the tree down at the long on boundary. But I'm pretty sure that the batsman saw the field out there. So Nations Trust Bank picked up the first blow, 8 for 1 after 1.4 overs. Paston Dilshan picks up his first wicket, 1 for 4 his figures after 4 deliveries. 66 required further to win this match. So Ceylinco Insurance. So guard been taken once again. That's where the chalk comes into use. Look at that. He hasn't got his glove out at the moment, but I think he's checking with the guards that have already been marked. That's the off stump. So off, middle and leg stump is taken. All three guards to know exactly where he'll be standing. So we're in the second over, 1.4 overs completed. 8 for 1 is Ceylinco Insurance. Down the track, flicked away on the onside, down to his backward square leg. Tharindu Harshana is off the mark straight away in style with a single. Takes the total to 9 for the loss of 1 wicket. Brings Hasit Amrasinghe, who's on 4 to take strike. The left-hander. So Dilshan, 1 for 5 of the 5 deliveries he's bowled so far. Once again, a reminder to all our viewers, this game reduced to 24 overs per side because of a late start due to rain last night. The match getting underway at 2:15 in the afternoon Sri Lankan time. And of course, Nations Trust Bank were put into bat by Ceylinco Insurance and bowled out for 73 in 18 overs, a run rate of 4.02. And finds Amrasinghe comes well forward, pushes out of the offside. Ends the over, 2 overs completed. And Ceylinco Insurance are 9 for the loss of 1 wicket. Amrasinghe on 4, Harshana on 1. Passing the Dilshan, 1 over, 1 for 5. So 65 required of 132 balls and 9 wickets in hand. Ceylinco Insurance are well and truly on top in this game against the Nations Trust Bank. So 65 of 132 balls, the equation for Ceylinco Insurance. So change the bowling. Coming up for over number 3. Tharindu Harshana is on 1. He's at the strike, the right-hander. Angelo Fernando, 47 matches, 5 for 16 is best bowling figures. 4.03 is his economy rate. 71 wickets in all. Harshana very watchful, plays it on the onside to short mid-wicket, so there's no chance of a run. So Nations Trust Bank will have to put the best foot forward to pick up wickets on a regular interval to bowl Ceylinco Insurance out. Down the track, using his feet was Harshana. He picks up a single, plays out towards long on. So Ceylinco Insurance batsman is showing Nations Trust Bank how it is to play spin, use of feet. Brings Hasit Amrasinghe once again on strike. It's 10 for 1 after 2.2 overs. The target is 74 to win in 24 overs. And this is played gently by Hasit Amrasinghe on the onside, the left-hander. He's in no hurry to get runs, is Amrasinghe. He's done 4 of 8 balls. He opened his account with a boundary when he drove one sweetly on the onside past the bowler. Gentle played towards that point region again. No chance of a run. So Angelo Fernando, none for 1 of the 4 deliveries he's bowled so far. He's bowling now right arm round the wicket to the left-hander. Driven straight towards extra cover. No chance of a run again. So just the 1 run coming off the 5 deliveries bowled by Fernando. Flighted. But Amarasinghe equaled the task, plays gently on the offside, ends the over, 3 completed. And Ceylinco Insurance at 10 for the loss of 1 wicket after 3 overs. Hastit Amarasinghe on 4, Tarindu Harshana on 2, Angelo Fernando 1 over, 1 run and no wickets, 64 required to win. The run rate at the moment is 3.33 and the required rate is 3.05. So look at the blue skies in the background. Lovely sight here at Panipitiya, at the Dharamapala College grounds. This is a school ground, in fact, and they do have turf wickets as well. But all the Mercantile Cricket Association D Division 50-over games are played on matting. The final will be played on turf. It's a day-night game at the CCC grounds. Will be played on lights. That's on the coming Sunday. So they'll have to play the semi-finals someday on the weekdays to find the finalist. So Pasant Dilshan once again to bowl his second over. Swept beautifully on the onside by Harshana into the boundary for along the ground. Sweetly timed as well. The placement was excellent. Just rolled his wrist on that. Look at that, the way he plays that. Down on one knee. There was no chance when he fielded to cut that off. And total moves at 14 for the loss of 1 wicket. Takes Harshan on to 6 of 4 balls. The required rate now 2.88. Taking guard is Tarindu Harshana. And Pasindu Dilshad is now coming right arm round the wicket to the right-handed Harshana. A change of angle. Pushed down the track this time by Harshana. The Ceylinco Insurance batsmen seem to be in no hurry to get these 74 runs, playing the bowling on its merits. They're doing well at the moment. Flighted. Well played by Harshana once again. He waited for that. Played it gently on the onside towards short mid-wicket. That was well bowled from Dilshan, I must say. Changed the pace. Quicker. Open the face of the bat. Runs it down to short third man. Oh, misfield. That's where you got to do your fielding drills and then pick up those balls that are played to you. But they pick up a single in the meantime. Ground fielding is so important. And when you're defending a small score, you've got to keep the batsmen guessing. You've got to keep them on their toes all the time. So Harshana moves to 7 with the single. Brings Amarasinghe on 4 to take strike, the left-hander. So change the field straight away. They got the man at short third man. They've got a backward point, an extra cover. The short extra cover and the long off on the offside, on the onside, mid-wicket. A deep mid-wicket to the boundary and deep mid-on. Amarasinghe comes forward, pushes gently on the offside to an extra cover. So 1 ball left in over number 4. The second from Dilshan, 1 for 10 is figures at the moment. Again plays defensively. Amarasinghe ends the over. 4 completed and Ceylinco Insurance are 15 for the loss of 1 wicket. Amarasinghe on 4 of 13 deliveries. Tarindu Harshana is on 7 of 7 balls and the passing to Dilshan, 2 overs, 1 for 10. At 15 for 1, they're going at 3.75 runs an over. The required rate is 2.95. 59 of 120 balls with 9 wickets in hand. So there's the Ceylinco General Insurance scorecard. Amarasinghe on 4 with 1 boundary. Sulakshan, the man out. He had 1 boundary and out the very next ball. Harshana, the wicket keeper, not out on 7. A lot of batting to come. Dias along with the captain Jayamana. Bandara, Hettiarachi, Murshad, Sulakshana, Pereira and Amarasinghe to make up the batting card of 11 for Ceylinco Insurance. Right, so here we are with the 5th over about to get underway. Amarasinghe on 4 and Harshana, he's on 7. Pass to Dilshan, 1 for 10 of 2 overs to continue. A slip in place. Again, good use of the feet from Amarasinghe, or rather it was Harshana. Picks up a single for that as well. 16 for 1. So brings Amarasinghe on strike once again. He's on 4 of 13 deliveries. Flighted, he drives too long off. He gets a single. Perhaps he's got a little cramp coming up. He's Hasith Amarasinghe. He moves on to 5 after quite some time. In fact, he's been on 4 of the second ball innings. So 17 for 1 after 4.2 overs is Ceylinco Insurance. Target is 74. Angelo Fernando, none for 3 of 1.2 overs. Played gently on the offside towards backward point this time by Harshana. Yes, so it seems that Ceylinco Insurance batsmen are in no hurry to get to that target of 74. The weather is good. Switch it. Drop that slip. Should have been taken. Well, there we are. Let's take a look at that. That's interesting. Going for the switch hitch was Harshana. He got back to it. And look at what happened. There we go. Didn't get his fingertips straight. Is the fielder. So possible chance going up begging for Nations Trust Bank. Total up to 18 for 1. Amarasinghe forward defensive. Pushes out on the offside. So he's on 5 of 15. Harshan is 9 of 10. Angelo Fernando, last ball of the second over. Quicker one. Flicked him on the onside, down to the backward square leg. They could pick up 2 in that. Yes, the ball is flowing down. It's picked up inside the boundary. So Amarasinghe picks up 2 more runs. That will end the over as well. So 5 overs completed. And Ceylinco Insurance are 20 for the loss of 1 wicket. Hasith Amarasinghe on 7. Tarindu Harshana on 9. Angelo Fernando, 2 overs, none for 6. The equation 56 for 114 balls. Next 5 overs is going to be Samir Veerasinghe.
Thank you, Eric. It's 20 for 1. Looking at the bowling card, Pasiduk got that wicket. Inoj 1 over 4 runs and Anjula 2 over 6. Decent bowling with 5 overs only given away 20. Not easy to get that runs going. And Hasith Amarasinghe and Tarindu Harshana, they are informed batters in this tournament. And this guy, Pasindu Dilshan, has got 5 wickets in the dialogue match, bowled really well. Today just got 1 wicket, so he's a quickish off spinner who's a danger man. That's in the air. It's, should have come to that catch. Fielder complaining about the sun with sunglasses on. It's probably low in quality. (21 for 1). If they get some wickets, 1 or 2 wickets, drop that chance in the slips at the last over. That's the thing. They need to get quick wickets to get this up and running. Runs hard to come by. I can see that. They can't easily get this target. They need 50 odd runs to get this. Look at that. Pasidhu bowls really quick. It's not easy. Hasith has faced 18 balls for his 7. So That's why I said it's 120, 130 would be a very good score. I mean, winning score. Because the bowling looks good from NTB. And it's sunny conditions today. No signs of rain. Another good dot delivery. Look, just one run in this over. They are keeping things tight. That's what I was telling you guys. It's not easy to get these runs in a canter. It's just super bowling, super over. 21 for 1 after 6 overs. Twenty-one for 1 after 6 overs. Asita Amarasinghe on 7 with 21 balls. Tardu Harshun 10 of 11. Prasidhu Dilshan is bowling well for his 3 overs. And it's a new bowler coming in. It's Anjula Fernando. Well, 6 runs of his 2 overs. Bowled really well. He's unhappy with his batting decision. BW clearly going down leg, I guess. Bowls okay. Decent off spin. See, you can see the bowling has been good from NTB up to now, with giving only 3 runs per over. 3.5 rather. So it's just that batting failure was the problem for them. That one should have been treated more than that. Actually, no run there. So, full toss. They are not in that high gear at the moment. They are into that blocking area. So, the full toss coming in presented. But even that, they didn't get that run. That is only a single. Angela Fernando has bowled the first 3 balls. That time again, little bit of mix up, but no harm done for the batters. This over, they have only given away 1 run for the first 4 balls. And again another dot. So look at that. It's the last 2 overs only 2 runs. So it is very hard to come by. If they get 1 or 2 wickets here, it will be very interesting. They are just missing that wickets column. That's the problem. Ends the over. 7 done. 23 for 1. So it's going to be Pasir Dilshan. Already bowled 3 overs. He's the wicket taker. He's looking for wickets, to get this left hand out. He's a danger man. Though he hasn't got that runs, he's kind of a batter that will hold on and get this target. That's a comfortably managed a couple of runs there. So that is a good 2 runs. Wicketkeeper tried his best to grab that and throw in, but batsman manages to run through to the second run. Beautiful delivery there by Dilshan, beating the left-hander. So Central Finance 227 chasing, 81 for 8. So looks like Ceylan will come through in that match. Ceylinco Insurance taking the time. 7.2 overs already done. 26 runs. Required rate of 2.91. So it's not difficult. Just that they are taking their time and keeping the runs going. Dilshan grabs it with a bit of dive. That's a full toss. Should have got into that gap in the mid wicket if you can get a boundary, but they're happy to get that single. And 27 at the moment. These last 3 overs they got only 7 runs. So it's good bowling. This time into the gap again. Just a single, tried to get to the double, but couldn't get that. 28 for 1 after 8 overs. That's the scorecard. 2 batters getting into 12 runs. 12-12. Hasita and Tarindo. And Chamatul Lakshana only 4 runs. It's going to be Angela Fernando. This time, umpire Dilshan is not out, and he forgot to give the wide, I guess. Let's see. No, that's, I think that is very close for me. I thought that was going down the leg side, but it was appeal for a LBW. Didn't see the naked eye. I thought they are appealing for the catch, but it was hit the pads. $28 for 1. if they go in this run rate, they will surely take about 20 overs to get this target. It's not going to be walk in the park for them. I think he just heard me. He's going for shots now. Got the boundary. Welcome boundary for Hasitha Amarasinghe. He's very slow in his run rate today. Strike rate. This time he manages to get a boundary over the top. And 32 for 1. 8.4 overs. That's another good delivery. To Dilshan De Silva is the umpire to the TH Vijay Badana is the match referee. And it's a good over. That over was good for Ceylinco. 32 for 1 after 9. It's 32 for 1. In the air for a while. Just single down to deep. And Pasidhu continues his fifth over. Only successful bowler at the moment. And this is good batting. They need two, 3 quick wickets if they want to get this game on a live and kicking. Otherwise, these batters will clearly go towards this target. Another good delivery from Dilshan. And it is keeping things tight in this over. Just 2 runs given away. And keeping them at 34 for 1 after 10 overs is a very good job as a bowling unit. Just imagine they have got to 120, 130. They will be in the business. Ends the over with that single. 35 for 1 after 10 overs. Eric Gowda will take you through to another important 5 overs.
Thank you, Samira. So here we are, 35 for 1. The target is 74 for Ceylinco Insurance. And there are the 2 worms. Well, the blue worms seems to be slightly under that yellow worm, but they'll catch up. They've only lost 1 wicket, in fact. And that's been one of the strengths that Ceylinco Insurance have at the moment. They just bowled out Nations Trust Bank for 73 after winning the toss and elect to field first in 18 overs. A run rate of 4.02. And of course, setting themselves 74 to win. And this game reduced to 24 overs per side because of a late start at 2:15 in the afternoon. Because heavy rains last evening and last night put paid to the chances of a 50-over game being played. It's scheduled to be a 50-over game in the Mercantile Cricket Association D Division League Tournament for 2025. But because of the weather conditions, well, we've had bad weather for a couple of weeks as well. I think that everybody is well aware of the cyclone that passed through Sri Lanka. Took so many lives, and still some areas on the country are waterlogged. It's been one of the worst weather conditions Sri Lanka has faced in its history. But thankfully, Colombo and a few of the areas have survived all those storms, and we're back to cricket again. So Pasand Dilshan has bowled 5 overs, 1 for 19. He's bowled well. And 39 required of 84 balls for Ceylinco Insurance. They should get there quite comfortably, taking things nice and easy. Hasita Amarasinghe on 17. Tharindu Harshana on 14 of 21. And as it's 24 overs per side, another 14 overs to get those 39 runs. Off the back foot this time, Harshana plays it out towards point. There's no chance of a run. So backward point, a point, extra cover in the mid-off. That's the offside field. On the onside, he's got a man, a deep backward square leg, deep mid-wicket and long on. 3 men on the boundary. And a mid-wicket, and this one is flicked away by Harshana down towards deep mid-wicket for a single. Total moves out to 36 for the loss of 1 wicket. So Angelo Fernando into his 5th over, none for 13 his figures. So we got the left-hander Hasita Amarasinghe on strike once again. He's on 17 of 35 deliveries. Harshana is on 15 of 23 deliveries. Current run rate 3.48. Sweeps that nicely down towards deep backward square leg. That will go into the boundary for 4. So Amarasinghe into his stride, takes him into the 20s, 21 to him. That was well played along the ground. That sweep shot from Amarasinghe. Look at that. Textbook stroke. Backward square leg had no chance in cutting that off. So total moves up to 40 for 1. After 10.3 overs, Amarasinghe on to 21 of 36. Perhaps he wants to open up. Flighted, he drives this one, but straight towards that wide mid-off on the offside, so there's no chance of a run. Now the 34 runs required by Ceylinco Insurance. They got 9 wickets in hand. So the man has slipped, now been taken out. He's brought to a short mid-off to prevent that single being taken. And that one certainly jumped a bit on Amarasinghe, trying to work it on the onside. Bit of extra bounce that time from Fernando. Plays very nicely on the onside. Picked up inside the boundary. They pick up only a single for that. Picked up at long on. So one more to Amarasinghe. Takes him on to 22. Total up to 41 for 1. So last ball of the 11th over coming up. None for 17 of 4.5 for Angelo Fernando. Oh, in fact, it's the end of the over. So 11 overs completed. 41 for 1 is the total for Ceylinco Insurance. Tharindu Harshan on 15. Hasita Amarasinghe on 22. So 33 runs required of 78 balls. That's the equation for Ceylinco Insurance. So Nations Trust Bank under the pump today. They were put into bat by Ceylinco Insurance, who won the toss this afternoon and then bowled them out for 73 in 18 overs. The game restricted 24 overs per side because the late start, 2:15 in the afternoon Sri Lanka time. And now we finished 11 overs in the chase of Ceylinco Insurance. They got a further 13 overs to get these balanced runs. That is 33 runs. They should get there pretty easily. 33 of 78 balls, the equation. They're going at 3.73. The required rate is 2.54. Right, so now the compulsory change the bowling coming up. Devaka Peris comes on the board his first over because Dilshan has completed his spell of 5 overs. Devaka Peris has played 15 matches, 3 for 18 his best figures. Economy rate of 5.74. Today might be his day to help his team, Nations Trust Bank, pick up some wickets early, put some pressure on Ceylinco Insurance. That's what's needed in the moment. Amarasinghe plays with soft hands, single being taken. The bowler is after it, but the batsman pick up a single. That's good running between the wickets. Certainly setting the tempo by Amarasinghe. Hasida Tarindu Harshana responded well. So they completed the single quite comfortably. 42 for 1. There's Harshan on 15 of 23. Amarasinghe on 23 of 40. What a lovely afternoon here at Panipitya. Sun just beaming down the grounds, blue skies, no threat of immediate rain. Yesterday around this time it was raining, there was no doubt about it. But today the weather gods have really been kind to this part of the world as well. Down the track, driven by Harshana, out towards long on, he'll pick up one more run. One of the features of Tarindu Harshana's batting is that he uses his feet so much. He walks down the track, tries to meet the ball on the full or take it on the half volley. So takes him on to 16-25, the total up to 43 for 1. 31 runs more required to win for Ceylinco Insurance. Driven on the offside again, out to sweep a cover. So one more run being taken. Perhaps want to do it in singles right now. So the total moves up to 43 for 1. Or 44 it should be. Down the track again is Harshana. He drives out on the onside towards that mid-wicket position. This time there's no chance of run. The mid-wicket was anticipating that. So one ball left in Devaka Peter's first over. None for 3 his figures right now. Field well spread. Sweeps and sweeps well, but finds the field at deep backward square leg. Just inside the boundary, so he'll pick up a single. Keep the strike because he crosses over the last ball of the over. So 12 overs completed. And Ceylinco Insurance are 45 for 1. With Tarindu Harshan on 17 and Hasita Amarasinghe on 24. Devaka Peris 1 over 9 for 4. So 29 runs required of 72 balls and 9 wickets in hand for Ceylinco Insurance. They're going at 3.75 runs and over. The required rate is 2.42. Pretty easy. And there's the scorecard for Ceylinco General Insurance. The only man out was man for 4. That's all. Chamod Shulakshana. He went early. A lot of batting to come for Ceylinco General Insurance. And the opener, Hasita Amarasinghe, is there. Batted well. Along with his partner, Tarindu Harshana. So Hasindu Shamika is to bowl his first over. More spin from Nations Trust Bank. 29 further runs required to win. Hasindu Shamika setting the field as well. Field is well spread, in fact. On the offside, they got a man at backward point, a point, sweeper cover, and a mid-off on the offside. Harshana pushes down on the onside. On the onside, they got a man at backward square leg, a deep mid-wicket, a long on, and a mid-wicket. Short outside the line of off stump. Off the back foot, Harshana forces it towards sweeper for a single. So Harshana moves on to 18 of 29, the total up to 46 of 1 after 12.2 overs. Brings Amara Singh on 24 to take strike. So the man at a long on has been moved into a deeper mid-on position. They got the left-handed Hasita Amara Singh on strike. What is Shamika's tactics to Amara Singh? Now moves him back again towards the boundary at long on. Well bowled, beats him outside the line of off stump. That's well bowled by Shamika. A play and a miss from Hasita Amara Singh. Going for the sweep. Wrapped on the pad, a shout for LBW, perhaps sliding down the leg side. Let's take a look at that. It'll be interesting to see what really happened there. Again, a play and a miss outside the line of off stump. Hasita Amara Singh. Perhaps a loss of concentration, trying to pull one from outside the line of off stump. The wicket keeper had the bails off, but the foot was behind the crease, luckily, for Amara Singh. Drives to the offside, straight towards extra cover, so no chance of a run. That ends the overs, so 13 overs completed. And Ceylinco General Insurance are 46 for the loss of 1 wicket. Hasita Amara Singh on 24, Tarindu Harshana on 18, 28 required to win of 66 balls. And the drinks have been called out by the umpires. So Hasindu Shamika, 1 over for 1 run, that's his figures. So Nations Trust Bank, they've bowled fairly well. They've not been able to pick up wickets. That's the one area that they've really faulted. They only picked up that 1 wicket early on. But since then, Amara Singh and Harshana, they've batted well, kept things nice and quiet. They've picked up runs at will. Had a few big hits, but all in all, picking up singles and keeping the scoreboard moving is what they've done so well. And Nations Trust Bank will feel that they could really pick up a few wickets. It will be difficult. So there's the scorecard for Ceylinco General Insurance. Amara Singh on 24 and Harshana on 18. The man out was Sulakshana for 4, which is 1 boundary. The batting to come, there's a lot of batting to come for Ceylinco General Insurance. So the one feature in this innings is there has been no extras. Well, so which shows that Nations Trust Bank have bowled well, not considered any wides, not bowled any no balls. That's been the good part in that innings so far. And there's the bowling figures for Nations Trust Bank. Gunamordana, 1 over for 4 runs. And Dilshan, 5 overs, 1 for 19. Anjali Fernando also bowled 5 overs, none for 18. Devaka Peris has bowled 1 over for 4. And Hasindu Shamika, 1 over for 5. So 1 over for 1 run, in fact. So after 13 overs, it's 46 for the loss of 1 wicket. Ceylinco Insurance, they won the toss today and put Nations Trust Bank into bat and bowled them out for 73 in 18 overs, a run rate of 4.02. And this game reduced to 24 overs per side because a late start. We started at 2:15 in the afternoon Sri Lanka time because the heavy rains last night put paid to the chances of having an on-time start. It should have been a 50-over game, in fact, this one. Because the condition of the grounds, well, it was no condition to be played early in the morning. The ground staff and also the two teams, the members of the two teams got together to try and move all the water out from the grounds as well. But a lot of work went on to get the ground ready for action at 2:15 in the afternoon. So well done to everybody who was involved in that. And of course, it's really paid rich dividends because there's been no sign of any rain at the moment. And Ceylinco General Insurance are relishing that they could really take all the pressure on and try and absorb it and get these runs quite comfortably. They want some batting practice as well. I mean, I'd say that the semi-final of this Mercantile D Division League Tournament for 2025, organized by the Mercantile Cricket Association, semi-finals will be played somewhere midweek and the final on Sunday at the CCC grounds. It's going to be a day-night affair. So all to look forward for the teams playing in the finals as well. So let's see what happens in the semi-finals. So we played midweek. Things had to be postponed because of the heavy rains that Sri Lanka suffered in the last few weeks. Lofted on the onside by Hashan. But it's gone a long way in front of 6. For a moment I thought that it'd be caught somewhere on the boundary, but it had so much legs and it went way over that boundary for 6. And that was perhaps one of those very safe shots. Look at that. Good use of the feet as well. And made maximum of that. And takes the total on 52 for 1 after 13.1 overs. Right, so takes Tarindu Harshana on to 24 of 30 balls. He joins Amarasinghe, who's also on 24, but he's taken 45 balls for the 24 runs. Is Amarasinghe. So Devaka Piris, 1.1 overs, not for 10 his figures, the big 6. When the ball went in the shrubs at the far end of the grounds, have they retrieved the ball? We'll have to wait for, yes, I think they retrieved the ball at the moment. The umpires are checking it out. Right, so the batsmen will have to take stance once again. They've got the ball back. So little chat between the two batsmen as well. So they now need 22 runs of 65 balls. That's the equation for Ceylinco Insurance. 22 more runs required. How quickly will they get there? Let's wait and see. And here's Pires once again. Down the track, swept away nicely. That's running out to the boundary. Picked up just inside. So they only pick up a single. So takes Harshan on to 25. The total on 53 for the loss of 1 wicket. 21 are required to win. So 7 of the overs so far with the 2 deliveries from Devaka Piris brings Amarasinghe on strike. Adjustment of the field as well, so that mid-wicket fielder on the boundary has been moved a few steps to his right. Pulls this one on the onside, down towards long on. So 1 more single to Amarasinghe, takes him on 25 as well. Total up to 54 for 1. Down the track, going for the sweep shot, beats the man at mid-wicket. The man at deep mid-wicket tidies up, so they'll pick up 1 more run. So a bit more serious now, the batting from Ceylinco Insurance, Harshana and Amarasinghe. We've had 9 runs of this over so far, the 4 deliveries. 13.4 was completed. 55 for 1 is Ceylinco General Insurance. Target is 74. Wide called outside the line of off stump. First extra the innings. Devaka Piris. Well, we're in the 14th over, the first wide. Shot pulled away, pulled handsomely. Out caught near the boundary. That's the end of Hasit Amarasinghe. The fielder was well placed by Devaka Piris out there. And just inside the boundary, he held on to a good catch. So Amarasinghe goes for 25. And Ceylinco General Insurance lose their second wicket. 56 for 2 in the 14th over. There we go. It was short. It was there for the asking. The pull shot was there for the asking, but just quite couldn't get enough bat on that or meat on that to pull it over the boundary, and found the fielder at the boundary as well. So 56 for 2 after 13.5 overs. So Amarasinghe gets a round of applause from his teammates for his 25 of 46 balls. So 18 required to win for Ceylinco Insurance. Devaka Peris, even though he's punished this over for 9 runs, he also picks up a wicket. So Peters has 2 balls left in his second over. One for 14 figures at the moment. 56 for 2 after 13.4. Current run rate 4.10. They require 1.74 from this stage onwards. New batsman in. Player a miss outside the line of off-stump. Quicker delivery from Devaka Peris. Beats the new batsman. That ends the over as well. So there we are with 14 overs completed. And we'll look at that again. Outside the line of off-stump. Bowling right arm round the wicket. So 56 for 2 after 14 overs. Devaka Peris 1 for 14 from his 2 overs. Expensive over the last one. 10 runs of the over with the wicket. Required rate now is 1.77 for Ceylinco Insurance. 18 runs of 61 balls. They got 8 wickets in hand. So the 15th over about to get underway. Off the back foot, thumped towards extra cover. They're looking for one, but because the ball was not picked up cleanly, but it's a bad return to the bowler. And they conceded overthrow. This is one of the problems when you have overthrows coming in. So Mohammad Murshad, the new man who walks in. Hasidhu Shamika in his second over. Shamika once again. Edge down towards a third man. Murshad picks up one, is off the mark. 57 or 58 for 2 after 14.3 overs. 16 required. This match 24 overs per side because late start due to rain yesterday. And this is flicked on the onside towards the vacant mid-wicket region for a single by Tarindu Harshan. Total up to 59 for 2 after 14.4 brings Mohammad Murshad on strike again, is on 1 of 3. Played defensively by Murshad out to the offside, so no chance of a run. Mid-off is the fielding. So 1 ball left in the 15th. The second from Shamika, and for 4 his figures. Another defensive stroke to end the over. 15 completed, and Ceylinco General Insurance are 59 for 1 after 15 overs. Mohammad Murshad on 9, Tarindu Harshana 28. The target is 74 runs. Required rate is 1.67. And for the next 5 overs of whatever duration this match will go on, it's going to be your friend and mine, Samir Veerasinghe.
Yes, thank you, Eric. Probably that's it from him for today with 16 runs to get. Don't think he will have to. We will have to go for the last 4 overs. If you want, you can wait for it. 15 runs, 59 for 2. Needing 16 runs to get probably 15 runs, I guess. That's a single. Let's see the replay. Going away from the field, I guess. Gets a single, Murshad. He's a new player. Haven't seen him from Gurukula College. This is the in for the place of Super Singer today. Devaka Pires has got a wicket. That is close. That is very, very close. Actually, the rub of the green goes to the yellow team. If it was the blue team, it would be given probably. That is gone for all money. It's just very lucky there, Tarindu, to be still there. Good ball there. Just a single towards the midwicket area and ends the over. 63 for 2. 11 needed to the win. It's a very, very good day today. Light is good. It's almost 5 o'clock, but no signs of bad light or anything. Maybe another 10 to 15 overs even we can play. That kind of a nice sunny day today. And 11 needed. Hasindu is the bowler. Murshad gets away with that with a single. That is another good delivery. (64 for 2). 10 needed of Ceylinco insurance team would be happy at the moment. 10 needed, almost getting over the line. Coach is a very veteran Sridharan, former Patana boy, and will be happy to take on Ceylon Bank. Is let's see whether what happened to the other. So 117 all out Central Finance. So Ceylon has got to the semi-final. So winner of this match will take them on Wednesday for the semi-final. One semi-final will be George Stewart's versus Abans. So 14 teams have got to 4 now from today. So the tournament is almost getting into finish. There is probably a single. Ends the over. It is 66 for loss of 2 wickets. So 9 runs is to get Inosh Gunawardana is going to bowl. It's going to be Gunawardana. Inosh. He's given. Looks like a little bit of daylight between bat and the ball. Murshad is not happy. Let's see the replay. This is interesting because last one LBW was not given and not even close to the bat. So he's gone. Unlucky Murshad. Lucky Inosh. .66 for 3. Sad to say, Ceylinco is working them really hard to get this score total. Not that it's a walk in the park for them. Still needed 9 runs. Gunawardana bowling really well. And Shalaka Bandar, the man in form, is gone to bat with 8 needed. So, short day at office. Only 8 needed to get. Reminder, it's a 24 over match today. Shalaka tried to slash that, but gets a single. Eight needed to go to the semi-final. Actually, 7 needed, I guess. 7. No. 7 needed. I think it's 6 needed now. That was a single taken. Left it alone there. Anush Guruvadana made his debut in the first class for Lankans 3-4 years back. Was in the squad in the NCC as well. Decent bowler. NC over. 18 done. 68 for 3. It's going to be spin up. Single to deep. $69. Just 5 more required. Maybe it's the last over. If we can get a boundary of this, they can finish the proceedings. Oh dear, oh dear. Shalaka doesn't seem getting in the middle of the bat today. Good ball. Just feel that he's not probably he should go for a big shot. Otherwise, he's looking dangerous. That's what he's trying to do. And gets a single that time. Score moves to 70. Gets a single. 71 now. 3 more required. Three more needed. That was in the air for a while. What kind of a shot he played? It was a sweep, but I thought, can we get a replay of that last shot? Yes, he was doing crazy things, Shalaka, at the moment. Having fun out there. 2 more required to win. We are into the 19th over. You can see the dugout. Very happy looking camp. The 2 semi-finals, one at MCA grounds and one at BOI Katunayaka. Wednesday, that is, after another couple of days. Couldn't pick that full toss as well. Shalaka Bandara is having a bad time. This might be another single. And should be the last run to get. Oh dear, oh dear. Just single run to get. Three wickets already gone. Dot ball again. And, 68, not 68, it should be 73 now. The next batsman has already took off his pads, but we can see he's getting the pads on because he has to go for the middle. What a feeling for the next batsman. Almost tried to arrange his bag for the next game, but no, duty is not over. He has to go. Tarinu Harshana has done his duty but didn't complete it. Must say, not the best batting display today from Ceylinco. Got 4 wickets. You can see the dugout. They're selecting a player for the next. Put the pad-ons because this is fun because Innings has taken 2 wickets suddenly. .5 overs. 19.5 overs. This looks like it's done and dusted with the wide. And Ceylinco winning comfortably by 6 wickets. Thanks to the bowler, he didn't get another wicket because nobody was padded up. And, comprehensive victory. And we can see that's Sridharan. You can see in the camera. Coach, happy coach. You can see the live is there. And we are at Pandipitiya Dharmapala grounds today. Ceylan Bank will take on Ceylinco Insurance on Wednesday. And take a look at the sad faces of NDB. And that is the teams shaking hands and that's the batting card. 74 for 4 wickets. Main contributors Hasita Amarasinghe 25, Taridu Harshana 33. That's the only thing they have to do. And we'll go to the bowling card. Inosh Gunawardana has got 2 wickets for 8. Pasidu Dilshan got a wicket and Devaka Peri's got a wicket. That's the target. Sparing 4 overs to go. They won this encounter. Winning run was by a wide. And take a look at some of the shots they played. You can see got that first boundary in the first over itself. And then that was the wicket. First one caught in the deep. And then the partnership goes on and on till about 60 runs. Batting well. Got those boundaries going up and running. Good fight from the players. That was some of shots they played. That was the catch, the second wicket. That one was the third one. Fourth wicket. Taridu. That was the end of the game. Small package. So that's a summary. 73 all out. Ceylinco won by 6 wickets. So we'll be joining you guys on Wednesday probably for the semi-finals. Till then, it's goodbye.